Dana from MOY Resin Envy. We're going to show you a process of how to create the Ubatuba Granite look. And I'm just going to start by spray painting our primed tabletop with some Rust-Oleum. I picked gloss, it doesn't matter if it's gloss or matte, black. And that's going to be our first process. So we're going to spray this and let it dry completely. Make sure you get the sides too. Hey guys, it's Dana from MOY Resin Envy. We're revisiting our Ubatuba Granite demo here. I have our sprayed black tabletop and that's ready to go. I sprayed it with black spray paint, let it dry. I have it propped up on some cups and have leveled it, and now I'm going to show you how to mix up your colors. We are going to use 91% alcohol and pour it straight into a spray bottle and then add our mica. We have selected 3 colors today. Our flash gold, which I did already mix up, and then we have sandbar and seaweed. So come on in, watch me mix this up. We're just going to kind of take a scoop of powder and add it to a bottle of alcohol. So I'm doing a small tabletop. I do want enough that I don't run out of spritz, so I'm just adding a small amount to both bottles. And then I am going to take the mica and just directly drop it into the bottle. And I just use a little popsicle stick to scoop that out. I'm going to put like 2 scoops in and shake it up. And we just put our sprayer on and shake this up. And then it will settle, so before you use it, you're going to want to shake your bottle up to mix that up. So we have our gold, our sandbar, our flash gold, and now I'm going to make the green. I'm going to use the opposite side of the stick so it doesn't get that mica mixed up. All right, now we're ready for the next step. We have our tabletop propped up and leveled and primed, spray painted. I'm just gonna give it a light sand with 120 grit sandpaper, scuff it up a little bit. You're gonna cover this so it doesn't matter what the look is. It's just to give it something to grab to. All right, after I sand, I am going to wipe it off with some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel to get that dust off and just make sure everything's nice and clean before we start putting our colors on. right, so I am going to go straight over top of this with rubbing alcohol. And what that's gonna do is it's going to break up those colors when I spritz it on. So I want a generous amount here. I want the whole thing to be wet, and then I can start sprinkling my colors on here. I have a paper towel over here, and this is for me to kind of test how this sprays. I want it to be more of a drop than a spray, so I may have to adjust my sprayer. Okay, see how that is coming out in dots? I like that, so we're gonna go with that on this one. And I am not gonna point directly down towards it. I want it to come out and fall. So I'm gonna stand back a little bit, and I'm gonna drip, kind of drip. And it's gonna hit that, alcohol, and that's gonna break it up. Get some of this color. I know that the video is not gonna do this justice, and you really cannot see what I see right now, but we're gonna get some close-ups, and this is just awesome how it puts, like, it's got all these fractures in it. It puts like little, just, I don't know, dots all over it. I'm not sure if the camera can really pick that up, but this is layer one. This is gonna be awesome. So you do this basically till you get the desired color that you want here. We are gonna do another layer. We're gonna let this dry and then do another layer. I really like the green, so I'm gonna try to get a lot of green in it and then go over that again with the gold. And then we're gonna come back over with, once this dries, with a clear layer of resin and basically do the same thing on that clear layer. So it gives it a lot of dimension. Hey guys. I just had to call my camera crew back in here to get a picture or get a video of this because it looks awesome already. And we're gonna put another layer in. It's gonna have more depth. So trying to get like a close-up. I might, if we can't get a good visual on this, when we do the next layer, I might bring my flashlight in here and just kind of go over it. It's so cool. Hey guys, we're back, and we're going to do the next step in our Ubatuba Granite mock tabletop here. So this step, I've mixed up about 6 ounces of the ice thin, and I'm just going to pour that all out onto the surface. Make sure it covers the entire thing and goes around the sides. All right, once you have it all out, you're gonna wanna spread it out. You don't wanna drag anything against your color because you don't wanna scratch that, that color palette that you have laid out underneath. So I just kind of skim over, and I'm gonna make sure that this covers the entire thing. And then I'm gonna go over the sides. I'm gonna take my hand and run it around so we get nice even coverage throughout the top and the sides of the entire table. So I got my clear coat on, I spread it out, I made sure it's going over the sides, and now I'm going to give it a torch to get rid of some of these bubbles. So I torched for the bubbles. I'm gonna now take and just lightly spray. I'm not gonna do full coverage, but a couple spritz of this spray paint. And then I am going to now spritz this with alcohol again. So I will not be torching it after this because I'm putting alcohol on it. So I'm gonna spritz that up with some alcohol. What that does is that helps your colors fracture. So that's what's gonna give you that effect when it drips in. And then I'm gonna add more drips. So shake this up. I'm gonna put that gold. And this you just kind of do to your liking. If you feel like you have too much gold, then you just go over it with some green. If you then have too much green, just add a little bit more gold. I usually put the gold underneath, and then I will go over top with the green. And again, there's no right or wrong way to do this as far as how much color to add. You kind of just put it on. You can see like the fractures that it's making with the alcohol there. So spritz until you're happy. It's gonna look completely different dry than it does wet. It's gonna be so dimensional when it dries. It's gonna have different layers to it because you'll see that under layer and then you'll see what you did on top. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more gold in and then look at it and probably stop at that point. All right, that's it. We're just gonna stop now. We let it dry. If you need to, after it dries, you can add just a clear layer. Sometimes the alcohol will create some little divots and stuff. I don't really want to touch this to mess up any of the patterns. I could gently heat gun it if I wanted to. I obviously put a lot of alcohol in here, so I would not torch it. But we'll come back probably tomorrow and take a look at this and show you what it looks like dry. All right, guys, we're gonna do the big reveal, so come in, take a look. This is our Ubatuba mock design here, and we used our sandbar, we used seaweed, and then for the gold, we used our flash gold. You can see, I guess, like right in here with the light spots. I'm not sure how well it's going to come through on the video where the sandbar comes through. So you can see all 3 layers, that bottom layer, and then the next layer we have some of that black in there with the gold and the green drops, but it's very dimensional. We have a couple of flaws, which I expected with using all the alcohol. There's like a bubble here, so easy fix. I will just basically do a clear coat over this. That'll fill that in. It'll clean up any spots that the alcohol made it reject, or we had any bubbles or anything that we didn't really want to blow around in the color coat. I'm gonna take my flashlight over this and just try to catch that shimmer. Alright guys, that concludes our Ubatuba style tutorial. Make sure you hit like if you enjoyed. We have listed all the supplies in the description. There's a supply list. Please reach out if you have any questions, and follow and subscribe for more DIY resin inspiration.